Hey, good afternoon, everyone. It's Maria back with another video. It's like 4:45 on Thursday. Oh no, sorry, Wednesday. And I kind of put up my writing utensils and whatnot, and decided to stop looking for work. I wrap it up this day, and so since I have all this free time on my hands, I thought I'd make another video. So right now I'm kind of dealing with a lot of sniffling and blowing my nose as usual. There's a lot of dust that comes in here. I just recently cleaned my fan, and it looks like it's starting to get dusty again. And a lot of the dust comes from that vent, from the vents of the house. It just keeps blowing it in here, and it just gets overwhelming. But anyway, today I wanted to make this video about human trafficking and what you can do to help people that you might suspect who could be victims, or perhaps maybe you're a victim of human trafficking yourself. And these are some of the signs to look for. Not all of the signs, but these are some of the signs that maybe relate to me, and then also other situations that I've seen people be in. So if you do notice this in certain people, or you are a victim yourself, I will go ahead and put the phone number for the National Human Trafficking Hotline at the very bottom of the description box. So anyway, one of the signs to look for is if you notice, now there's a lot of child trafficking that goes on, okay? But oftentimes adults get overlooked, okay? Because we just think sometimes it might be a little strange. Sometimes when you see an adult man living with a parent, even though he's like over the age of 30, I know a lot of people experience financial problems, and so they're basically put in that situation. But it's not that you should be nosy, okay? But if you're noticing more signs of certain things, you might want to pay attention. Also, this relates to people who might be like there might be a house, and there might be a little house or a little apartment off to the side. There might be an older person living there that doesn't seem to have a lot of freedom of movement and action. This is also another situation that you might want to kind of keep your eye on. You don't have to be intrusive, but you could try to talk to them and let them know that you're there if they need anything. Okay. So the first thing to look for is they're not free to leave or come and go as they wish. Okay, this is the case with a lot of people, and it happens a lot with elderly people too. Some people just want to keep tabs on other people for the sake of control. They may not want this person to leave because they're trying to dominate them. They are unpaid, or they're paid very little, or they're paid only through tips. Okay. Now in my situation, my employment was significantly reduced by Joel's mom. Not to bring it up, okay, but I'm just, trying to relate to this topic here, okay? Now, she wanted to make sure that I had just enough to pay my bills, just enough to eat, but basically stay with her son, okay, which is bullshit, okay? And I now realize that that was a form of control on her part, okay? It is no one's right, other than the person, an applicant, to determine their income. Okay, nobody has the right to make those decisions for a person. So that's a possible sign. Okay, so like for example, if you work in employment, you hear anybody trying to do that, you might want to suspect these people of trying to be a part of this program here. The person might work excessively long hours or unusual hours. They're not allowed to take breaks, or they suffer under restrictions at work. Okay, and I'm talking about restrictions that are stupid, like stupid things that would never be a part of the company policy or any sort of law, but for some reason one particular person has to live under restrictive rules or guidelines out of everybody else. Okay, everybody else can do whatever they want, but this particular person has to have specific restrictions. Okay, that is a sign of human trafficking. Okay, that's a sign that a person might be a victim of this. Okay. They owe a large debt and is unable to pay it off. Now, in my situation, I've had issues with the Internal Revenue Service, okay? And because my income has been significantly reduced, well, Maria's going to sit here and pay her bills, okay? And she has to eat, all right? And any leftover money is going to go to toiletries and stuff like that, and whatever, you know what I mean? Believe me, I don't want to mess with the IRS, okay? It's not that I like these people, because I don't. I don't like the IRS. There's nothing to be admired about the IRS. I have nothing but bad things to say to them. But on the other hand, I'm not someone who wants to make waves to them, okay? And I want to pay these people off, okay? But this is one of the signs, okay? Why? Because, and I suspect the reason why is because oftentimes the target is set up in jobs that are not paying enough money, or in my situation, they're getting mobbed out of jobs and then having to start all over again. Okay, number 6, was recruited through false promises concerning the nature and condition of their work. That has happened to me a few times, okay? Kind of the bait and switch type jobs, jobs that were basically stating one thing and then I'm ending up at the job and doing something completely different, okay? That's a good sign of it. Let's see. Oh, yeah, 7. There's high security measures that exist in the work or living locations. Like, for example, there's security cameras and bobbed wires. They want to make sure that no one's coming in your house, and they want to make sure that you're not leaving, okay? That's a form of control that nobody has the right to put on a person. So that's another sign that a person might be a target and be involved in this human trafficking or is a victim of human trafficking. They're disconnected from family, friends, and the community. Number 9, person in the company of, a person is constantly in the company of the person that they fear. Okay, that person wants to have control of them 24 hours a day. Now, luckily, I don't have to see my perps, okay, but oftentimes when you're in a situation like, for example, gang stalking, they may not be looking at you directly, but they're having other people that you may not know observe you, watch you, track you, so on and so forth, okay? So it's kind of an extension of what they're doing or not able to do at the time. Okay, generally, a person who is targeted under these conditions, they usually exhibit a very fearful, anxious, depressed, intense, nervous response, okay? I will tell you, when I was at my last job, I knew something was going on. I didn't quite understand it, but now I'm starting to pick up. I knew something was really, really wrong because I was constantly in a state of fear and agitation, okay? But now I think I understand what that whole thing is about, and I had every reason to be fearful, okay? I was very scared for my life. Let's see. The person has very few or no personal possessions. Now, I will say I'm a minimalist, okay? And the reason why I have my old crappy furniture is because I'm sentimental to it, okay? But I've never been materialistic. I will say that there were times where I had better furniture. But get this, but because I was mobbed out of a lot of my jobs, you know, and obviously a lot of targets move from one place after another, and so I can't take every damn thing with me. So oftentimes I would leave things behind, okay? So that is a good sign of it, you know what I mean? But like I said, you know, I'm a minimalist anyway. And to be honest with you, if I had the money, I would probably still hang on to that furniture. I would probably just move it to another room and buy some nicer stuff for my living room and new bedroom furniture, okay? But I will never throw my family's furniture away. Why? Because it's my dad's, and I'm one of those weird people that kind of dig on old energies. But I will say, but that is a sign, okay? It is a sign. Obviously, if a woman who's 46 years old who has a work history for a long period of time, they should have more. They should be more stable, okay? So that is a sign of it. Let's see. No control of money. No control of money, financial records, or bank account. I do have a bank account, okay? But I noticed that, and I hate to bring him up, but I noticed that Joel didn't have a bank account, okay? As a matter of fact, he kind of lives off the record, okay? And so that's another sign that something's not quite right there, okay? And that, I don't know if it's a direct relation to his being a victim of, you know, because to me, you know, him being adopted, seeing as how his family adopted children and they use them for that reason, he is also a victim of human trafficking, okay? But the very fact that he's basically off the record, or somebody who's kind of like, what do you call it? I don't know what you call that. It's on the tip of my tongue. Anyway, I'll think of it later. I have too many things on my mind. Some people have no control of their identification, meaning their driver's license, their social security card, their passports, all kept in possession of their handlers, okay? People who want to take control of their life, they don't want these people going anywhere. So they want to make sure that they keep their documents in their possession so that this person has no freedom, okay? That's a sign of it. Not allowed to speak up for themselves, okay? So anyway, I wanted to, you know, give you this generalized list, okay? There's more signs to look for. If you notice that there's someone in a situation like that, You can get them help indirectly. Keep your eye out for that person. Don't be intrusive. Don't gossip. Just try to, maintain and try to handle the situation the best way you possibly can. And what I mean by that is by talking about it to a large group of people. You know how people distort things and how plans never really manifest the correct way, proper way when there's more than one person involved in it. So the best thing to do is handle it yourself. Pick up the phone, call a contact number, and leave it at that, okay? But also make sure that you could be available for that person if they need you, okay? There's a lot of that going on, all right? And these people are basically put in a situation against their will, okay? Nobody, I would not be in this situation. I would never ask to be in this situation. I can assure you I would never. Anyway, if you're a victim of human trafficking or know about a potential trafficking situation, you can call the National Human Trafficking Hotline at 1-866-347-2423. That is if you suspect it, okay? Now, if you are a target or you're affected or you are actually a victim of human trafficking, you can call 888-373-7888, and I will put all the information in the description box, and hopefully, you guys can be a little bit more aware of this. This also relates to employment, okay? Like, for example, why it seems suspicious that somebody was able to make a certain amount of money, and now they're not able to. It's like, that doesn't make any sense, okay? Somebody's trying to manipulate something. I will say, when I worked at organized sport, I was paying all my bills, okay? I was on top of everything, okay? Lost my job, and then I came here. And then guess what happened? The whole thing started all over again. So oftentimes when you're a targeted individual, they move around a lot because they think, well, something didn't work out. I guess I'll move over here. And guess what? Their perpetrators are right behind them, causing more trouble, mobbing them out of jobs, making them lose everything, and having them start all over again. Okay, so that's a good sign. Number one, that you're a target, and number two, that this person might be a victim of human trafficking, especially if they want to gain control of their employment, okay? Nobody has the right, and that should be a tip-off for anybody. If somebody wants to control that kind of aspect of your life, you need to be aware of that, okay? And personally, I think this number should be at the front desk office in every employment station, because this is becoming far too common for people to not wake up and see what's actually going on. So anyway, I'm going to upload this video. It's very warm today. I actually started off wearing sweats today, and then it was a long sleeve shirt too. It was kind of chilly this morning, and then I'm like, okay, forget that. I'm in a pair of shorts and a tank top now. So it's very, very, very warm today for October. It kind of fluctuates, but pretty soon it's going to start getting chilly. So anyway, I will put the information in the description box, and I hope you all have a wonderful evening. Take care. Bye-bye.